Well, welcome back to the channel, ChrisCanHoop. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. But today's video is navigating the mind. Basketball, navigating the mind. And it's not so much the mental portion of basketball, like, okay, how do I court vision, basketball IQ? It's more speaking towards like your mental state and how to deal with like the naysayers, the trash talk, who you should trash talk to, when you shouldn't trash talk, the environment around basketball, and really how to deal with the confidence issue and the mental health portion, because it is important. The first part is, especially as it pertains to younger, more beginning players, how to build confidence for younger players. Really, the best way for a younger player to build confidence is to simply play the game of basketball. A beginner in really any sport and any activity, the more you play, the more you seem more comfortable in your own mind with your skills and abilities going forward as you start to progress more in that aspect. For instance, my physical therapist, she is a biker, not like motorcycle biker, but she does like mountain biking. Okay, now at some point obviously she was a beginner, but now she's progressed to the point where she's done like a professional triathlon, Ironman, Iron Woman type of thing in France, right? And she actually finished the course in its entirety. You will have confidence like that if you continue to put in the work. And that's one of the biggest aspects as a young athlete, not just a hooper. As a young athlete, the more time and effort you put in, the more confident you're going to be going into different situations, because quite simply, you know that you've prepared. My dad has always told me, not only in sports, but also in everything else, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. And that falls into confidence as well. If you fail to prepare, or you fail to put in the work, you're not going to have that confidence. You are going to fail, because while you're over there sitting down playing your little Xbox or your PS5 or whatever, when you could be putting in that work, someone else is over there getting better. And that's what feeds into confidence, is knowing your abilities and really not comparing yourself to others, because comparison is the death to progress. The more you start to look at everyone else, then you stop focusing on your own race, and really that's what starts to lose it for you, especially for young athletes. Now, as it pertains to like trash talk, not only putting out trash talk, but receiving it, there's multiple aspects. One aspect is like online, and the other is in real life, or IRL as you kids say. So we're going to take in real life first. Doesn't matter if you're youth, intermediate, elite, if you're professional, semi-pro, college, it doesn't matter the level. When you hear trash talk in real life, you need to realize, and this applies for online as well, you need to realize none of the people trash talking you actually play the sport. That's why it doesn't bother me when people trash talk me in real life. It's either you're trash talking and you're buns and you're not even like at my level, or you're trash talking for really no reason because you don't even play the sport. You know what I'm saying? You see it all the time on the sidelines of NBA games. NBA players are getting like trash talk from someone in the audience, but it's like, bro, you paid $1,000 for that ticket to come watch me play, bro. You came to watch me or another person on this court play. You paid $1,000 for them courtside tickets, probably more. I'm getting paid millions of dollars. Why am I worried about you paying 1% of my salary to come watch me for an hour? You see what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. Once you dial into that mindset, you will be fine. Especially at the pro, semi-pro, college level, like those three from personal experience. Once you realize that people came to watch you play, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? They came to watch you. So if they're trash talking, they just wasted their own money because they paid money to trash talk. And also that comes to like online, for instance, especially as a content creator. I'm a hooper first, but a content creator second. So when you get these comments all the time, it's like, oh, you're buns. Why it doesn't bother me and why I can joke around and be like, bro, just pull up and play me, is because I know for a fact a good 99% of the people who are commenting things like this are sitting on their couch with a bag full of Ruffles and some French onion dip. Like you don't even play the sport, or you don't play sports at all. You're not active. You're not living a lifestyle to where you can, if I say pull up and play me, that you could do that. Also, know your own skill level. So this is kind of a carryover from the previous section about youth and confidence. But if you know your skill level, online comments, trash talk, things like that is not going to bother you. Because I know at any point, just shy of professionals, I can give anybody buckets. A good chunk of y'all know that from seeing me play in real life, especially you, Roman. Remember that 2v2 we played against those two college guys at the park? Yeah, I can give anybody buckets. Now, whether or not I win is not the question, because winning a 1v1 or any game is really basketball is a game of runs, so it doesn't matter. It's a team game anyway. I'm gonna still give you buckets. I know my skill level. I'm not gonna sit there and try to project my insecurities on someone else, because I feel some type of way by myself, and that's all the keyboard trolls are. You can type, but you can't hoop. And that's really the theme of this section here about the online portion of basketball. Keyboard warriors are not hoopers. So just because you can type that 99 words per minute does not mean you know ball. And we kind of see this, unfortunately, with like sports commentary or sports analysts, quote unquote, Stephen A. Smith. Just because you can type, or just because you have a platform, or just because you have a voice does not mean you know the sport. So those of us who actually play the sport, we know the nuances of the game, the little tiny pieces that matter. We're not always going to score 50 points. But our team won because we had 13 assists, or because we had 0 turnovers, or we made enough extra passes to get those points to win. Like, there's many pieces of the game that I think these analysts forget, or they just don't know about, because they really don't know the sport. They just know the portion they just want to comment on for the next day's segment. The keyboard warrior is the bane of any content creator or athlete's existence. Going out, flying out, playing a game, losing, going here, winning a game. Like, the game is not the hard part. The hard part is hearing from other people. Well, not for me. I really don't care what you think. If you have something to say, you can come play me. You see this all the time, and we saw it with Julian Newman, but this is kind of, I won't say it's warranted, because no one deserves to be talked to this way, but when you get the overrated chants and things like that, players have to realize that's just part of the game at this point. These generations of players are going to think you're trash, but the fans and supporters also have to realize, like, you could never be on this court and have the mind space to know the perfect basketball move and decision to make in that moment. You will never have the skill to come on this court and play this competition. So it's like this, it's not warranted to do the overrated. Now, for sometimes it is, but I digress. So this next segment, who should be giving advice, who should be taking advice, and this is a big thing for me. Hoopers should only take advice and critique from someone who's played the sport or knows the sport in depth. Why do I say that? Shannon Sharp, Skip, Stephen A. Smith, those types of analysts who have never played a lick of basketball, and if they have, they were never good. There's a reason why there's not a single basketball player who likes them. It's because they don't know what they're talking about ever. Yes, there's a whole quote, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers are part of the game, yes, but they don't account for how the game is played, in a sense, if that makes sense. So if I have 3 turnovers, it doesn't account for the fact that I was triple teamed just now and all of my teammates were nowhere to be found. Stuff like that. So analysts will go over these numbers and they'll make assumptions about a player, but they either just watch the highlights of the game on YouTube. Warriors versus Suns full game highlights only on YouTube. They'll just watch that video there, but they won't actually watch the full game or go on Synergy and go play by play of that player and see actually what happened in that instance. They'll just watch the 8-minute highlights and be done and think they know how the sport is played from there. They don't know the rules of the sport. But really, the only people who hoopers should take advice from is other hoopers, or people who play the game, coaches, trainers, things like that. Do not, as a hooper, content creator, whatever, ever take advice from someone who doesn't know how the game is played. What business does a banker have taking advice from a cyclist on how to be a better banker? It doesn't make sense. You need someone in that field or that realm of reality and vision to be able to give you that advice to make you better, right? It's the same reason I have a student I'm going to be training, middle school JVB team. He's about 12, 13 years old, but he wants to get better. He asked me to be his trainer, so we'll be working on that soon as well. But there's a reason he didn't go ask someone who across on the soccer field to go train him in basketball. Now, if he wanted specific footwork stuff, I can do that as well. I played soccer, so you know what I'm saying. But say I wasn't there, he could ask a soccer player, because soccer players have some of the best footwork in the world. But he wouldn't go ask someone who's swimming over in the pool how to get a better jump shot. It doesn't make sense. You need someone area specific, and that's just something I wanted to touch on today for this section. You can type, but you can't hoop is the name of the episode. Because I see this a lot with a lot of content creators. They feel like they need to argue everything in their comments. Me, I'm just pull up and play. It's that simple. Or I'd be look, here's my experience versus you. Enough said, right? I don't have to say much. I don't really trash talk anyway. I'm a silent assassin, bro. I go in, I do my job, and I leave. It just makes more sense. Don't trash talk if you are not willing to come and play. It just don't make no sense, boy. But yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on this episode. It's the mental part of the game with basketball. A lot of people kind of get it twisted and they think, oh, like you don't have to respond to everything. You don't. The people who are making these comments, accusations, they either don't play or they're not very good. So why are you gonna listen to them anyway? That's all I really gotta say. Thanks for watching. I will be going live weekly, so make sure you tune into those. They're mostly gonna be workouts. If I can, live stream some games, that'd be cool too. We'll see. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for liking the video. And we'll see you in the next one. This video has been brought to you in part by InTheLab. They have their Black Friday deals going on right now. 70% off the entire site. Go shop now. Use code ChrisCanHoop for that $5 off. It also gives me a little bit of kickback as well to keep making videos like this, to always keep you informed and up to date, not only with basketball in the news perspective, but also in training and the games that I provide for entertainment. Shout out Daniel. That 1v1, I'm gonna drop it soon. I actually will drop it soon since I'm back to playing and on the court now. I had my first runs this past Thursday. Those went well. Just working on getting that explosion back, and then it's up for y'all. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next video.